Breaking news: the world has been in a frenzy. The Egyptologists have been pulling their hair out over this recent discovery with ancient Egypt. These vast structures beneath the Giza pyramids, showing these cylindrical wells, spiral pathways, and cube chambers that stretch 648 meters down. I mean, the pillars stretched to 2 kilometers beneath the surface. And what I find so fascinating about this is while we're exploring the outer space, we have figures like Elon Musk with SpaceX trying to discover the mysteries of the outer space. And I respect that immensely. We have not even touched on the surface knowledge of what's going on our own little corner of this planet, the third rock from the sun. And this is massive. I mean, the Pyramid of Giza is without a doubt a wonder of the world, and to this day, scientists are still pulling their hair out trying to figure out how this thing was created. And what's fascinating about this thing is that, granted, most Egyptologists, most lay people will agree that these pyramids were actually created by the ancient Egyptians. Okay. What's fascinating, what is often not really paid attention to, is that according to the ancient Egyptians, according to their hieroglyphics, which you can find written in the pyramids and within their ancient scrolls and so forth, these pyramids were created by the ancient Egyptians through the aids of figures like Nut and Horus, their sky gods. This is according to the ancient Egyptians. These pyramids were created through the aids of the guardians of the sky. Now, call me crazy, but when I hear guardians of the sky, I mean, I don't buy into the whole mythological thing that their gods were actual gods that had magical powers. No, I think their gods were actual beings that were probably people of the sky, making reference to people that were non terrestrial, beings that were of the heavens. And what's so fascinating is that it's not only the ancient Egyptians that were saying this about the people that gave them the technology to build the pyramids, but our oldest civilization in the Western world, the ancient Sumerians. So this is modern day Iraq, between the Tigris and Euphrates Valley. This civilization that appeared basically from nowhere over 6,000 years ago, we find them being the first of many things that make up a civilization: the first agriculture, the first mathematics, the first lore, and so forth. And they had incredible works of art, building incredible advanced pyramids or structures like the ancient Egyptians. And these people, like the ancient Egyptians, and they arrived relatively around the same time, were crediting their knowledge to these people within their cuneiform writing. So these stone tablets that recorded all their knowledge, where they got this thing from, they made reference to how they got this knowledge from the Anunnaki, which basically means those that from heaven came down, which sounds a lot like the guardians of the sky. And they describe these beings as being incredibly sophisticated, beyond their ability. And for some reason, when most people hear this kind of stuff, they think it's all mythology. This is what most Egyptologists will tell you. This stuff is pure mythology. Clearly, this stuff could not be real. There's nothing such as sky guardians, and obviously, people of super advanced technology could not be real. So, well, this must be just pure mythology. When they're actually telling us that, oh, wait a sec, this stuff was created by people that were non terrestrial. Call them aliens, call them what you will. And it is just such staggering evidence that we are seeing to this day to support the idea that the Earth's history is something that is more vast than we can imagine, that we have not even touched on the surface of what's going on this planet of ours.